So today we are going to discuss about what is DevOps, okay, and why it is very important nowadays. Okay. So anyone, what is DevOps or what is and what is cloud? Anyone know about what is DevOps? Okay. So what is SDLC at least? What is SDLC?
Sir, like we have already done this demo. So are you doing it again or?
So okay, Sushant. See,
Yes, sir.
actually, most of the people that didn't join actually last class actually. That's why we are repeating this one. Or if it is okay, everybody join, so then we can go for next part.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I think others actually didn't join last class, right? Last week, I think, correct? Okay, we'll repeat this one a little bit, we'll revise, then we'll go for next topic. Okay, so what is SDLC? At least if you gone through the class, can you explain what is SDLC? Why we need actually SDLC?
SDLC is a software development lifecycle process. So like every company needed to like deliver a product from scratch. So that's it, sir, about SDLC, and there are several processes of SDLC.
Hmm.
Different company implement it differently. So some of them are like a waterfall, agile, and now it's booming in DevOps. So that's all about sir SDLC.
Okay. Okay, see, when software industry started actually, so we are going to develop a product or project or actually services, right? So for that we require a process. So that time onwards we are following this SDLC, software development life cycle. Okay, so in software development life cycle, how many phases are there? So if you go to this diagram, so actually, let's say we are talking about ICICI Bank or Flipkart application. So any or Facebook application, any application we are going to create. Correct. For that, actually, we are giving to any software company to build that product or project. Correct. So then, actually, what will happen? So we are going to give this one requirement to a project actually lead. So what they are going to do? So they are actually dividing into these phases. First phase is requirement gathering, second is designing, third is development, fourth is testing, and then release. So this release contains actually your deployment and maintenance and all after that, after deployment. Okay. So requirement means what actually? ICICI Bank requirement, any requirement. So we are going to gather the requirement means high level requirement and low level requirement. Let's say ICICI Bank, any high level requirement, anyone? Okay, so let's say we are going to open ICICI Bank internet banking. Okay, if you are going to open this one, so these all are high level, correct? Requirement card, okay, credit, debit card, and all loans, personal loan, home loan. These all are high level requirement. Inside personal loan, if you click na, so again some other field will come, correct? So these all are actually coming to low level requirement. Okay. So that actually one team should be there to taken care actually. So one team we have to assign to this work. So they only can find the requirement and write it in a Excel or somewhere. Okay. So designing means what actually? So whatever they did the requirement actually, so that they'll do it as a blueprint. Blueprint means actually in a like UML diagram. Let's say you are going to build a house. Okay. So for that you are giving a builder to build that house. Correct. So what builder is doing, he is taking the requirement and based on that he is assigning to a architect to do the design. Okay. So same way in software industry, there is a design part. So where it is called a blueprint of your requirement. Okay. So in a paper pen, we are going to design that one. Okay. In your software industry, we can say UML diagram or class diagram. All these things we have to design. So once design part is completed, okay, then same thing, that blueprint we are going to represent as physically, that is called development. Okay, so when we are going to construct a house, after architect design, same thing we are going to put it in a physical structure, so that is called your development. Same thing you can compare to your software industry. Okay, so development, okay, in software industry, how many types of development peoples are available? Suppose I am going to build a prepared application. So how many types of development people are working in to convert this one to a product? Any idea? Anybody?
Yes, sir. Like we already we already said before, front
Yeah,
end, back end, and full stack. And back end mainly focuses on the database part,
correct.
and the front end mainly focus on the the designing and the uh, front end functionality, and the full stack is the person who does whole part of the software development.
That means let's say in UI, suppose let's say you are going to open a Flipkart application and you are typing something, correct? That means that is UI, correct? So UI layer, correct? But when you are typing that one, so let's say you are searching a dress or you are searching some grocery or you are searching some laptop. Let's say laptop case, you are searching actually one configuration like i5 processor and all. Okay, so where it is going and where it is getting the information, it is going to DB backend here, and it is getting the information. So in between that DB and UI, there is a layer called functionality layer. So who is actually interface between your UI and DB. So these three developers are working to success your project. Okay. So UI, you can give an example of HTML, CSS and all. Functionality, Python, Java, C++, .NET, all this comes under functionality. DB means your database. You can say MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. Okay. So all these things. So these all things comes under your development part. So once development will complete, so then that is already constructed, correct? But some team will be there to test it. That is called testing team. So testing team, what they are going to do. So based on your designing, okay, whether actually your development completed same way or not. So testing team will validate that one. Okay. Then once they'll validate and they will see there is no issue, then they'll go for release. Okay. So to whom they are going to release? They are going to release to ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank going to release to their customer, correct? Or Flipkart. So Flipkart customer, we are the customer of actually ICICI Bank and Flipkart, correct? So this one actually, these 5 phases, how much time it will take? So starting of project only they are going to decide. Okay? So let's say the requirement actually 2 months will take, design also 2 months will take, let's say, development 5 months, and testing 3 months. So all total actually it will be how much? 8, so 12 months. Okay. So in 12 months actually they will, this software company will tell to ICICI Bank, so your project is going to complete in 12 months. Okay. So then actually their work will start. So SDLC actually it is a process, but there is a different process will start actually from SDLC. So fast process or fast model is waterfall model. So in waterfall model, what happened? So once requirement fully completed, they are going for designing. Once designing fully completed, they are going for development. Once development fully completed, they are going for testing. Okay. So once development completed, they are going for testing. And when they are testing, let's say 3 months actually going to complete, so another 15 days is there, they got some issue, which is actually, it's a design issue. So waterfall model actually, what they are going to do, once testing will complete, what they are going to do, they'll come to design phase, and in design phase they'll correct it. Maybe when they are correcting, it is taking actually 1 month. And same designing, when they are physically presenting using development, may it will take 2 months. Okay, then we have to test it. But when we are going to test the product, we have to test whole product, because actually that particular design change may be other actually, what we can say, other actually other part may be impact, correct? So that they'll test it actually, fully testing. So how much time again it is taking? 5 plus 6, correct? Sorry, 5 plus 1. So that means 6. So 12 plus 6 month, it's 18 months. Okay. So but actually already we declare, already we updated to ICICI Bank, your project is going to delivery in 12 months. But actually it is taking 2 year or 3 year, like that actually, based on actually your problem. Okay. So customer will not wait for that. Okay. And maybe the competitor of Flipkart, or maybe competitor of ICICI Bank. So they, let's say HDFC, maybe before that they'll release their internet banking. So it is loss for ICICI Bank. So what they are going to do next time, maybe they'll not give the project to this company. Maybe they'll choose actually other company. Why? Because they'll say actually it is your design flaw, or it is actually your process flaw. You can rectify that. Because of your process problem, we are not going to suffer actually. Okay. So this is happening in your waterfall model. So waterfall model, what is happening? Once one phase is going to complete, then they are going to start new phase. So what is happening? Once fully development complete, they are going to test it. So that means development and testing people not working parallelly. So if you are not working parallelly, lot of issue will come, and because of that your process is going to delay, or your project is going to delay. So that is actually your SDL, sorry, waterfall model issue or disadvantages. Everybody clear up to this? Any doubt up to this?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so because of this issue, okay, because of these disadvantages, so in software industry, they found a solution, and that solution is called actually agile process. So in agile process, they morely focusing on your development and development part, development activity. How fast you are going to develop, okay, your product. And nowadays also agile process is going on. Okay. So in agile process, what they are doing, they are continuously actually doing the development process. That means actually they are not going to wait 5 months. Once the development process will complete, they are going to test the product. So let's take an example. When we are going to log in for ICICI Bank, okay, let's say, or any product, or any e-commerce site. Okay, so this page for designing, may it will take actually 1 day or some less time. So what they are going to do, immediately they will tell tester to test this particular feature or particular page. Okay, so they will test it, and immediately they will give the feedback whether it's correctly implemented or any issue is there. So once this issue fixed, then they'll go for new things. Or maybe they have two teams. One is new feature they'll implement. One, parallelly, some bug fixing development people will be there, where they'll fix the bug. Okay. So because of this, what is happening, when we are going for a development phase, parallelly people are testing, and immediately, sorry, within this 5 months, your development and testing phase is going to complete. Okay. So when we are going for actual testing, you can do the regression testing to check, verify actually whether everything is correct or not. You will not get big issue like integration issue and all. Okay. So that, because of that, actually agile process nowadays also people are using, and it is very popular. Okay. So that is the advantages of your agile process. Okay, so next actually, one second. So it is already started actually, class.
I think she doesn't know how to turn on his audio, her audio.
Correct, correct. You
Two
can
people
ping
are there,
actually.
like two people are there, sir. Like they have not turned on their audio.
Correct, correct. Sound.
Okay, I'm messaging.
You can ping actually. Can you help on that? Can you ping them?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So in agile process, what is happening? So development and testing people work parallelly to success their project. Okay. So in agile process, there is actually Scrum on the sprint. Okay. In sprint, what they are going to do, they'll take actually 21 days to complete one module or complete one feature. Okay. So in that, in between that, they need to complete. Okay. So then every day one stand-up call will be there. Okay, Scrum meeting will be there. So what they are going to do actually every day. So whatever today what they are going to do, they'll discuss in that meeting. And whatever yesterday they completed, they are going to discuss in that meeting. Based on that, actually they'll finalize what they are going to do today. Okay. So because of this, all the process, so agile process is very much perfect to do the development activity very fastly. Okay. So then why again DevOps came? Agile process is enough to do the activity of your development. So why DevOps came to picture? So that is the question. So anybody know why DevOps came to picture? Because Agile process is nowadays, I also used actually Agile process.
Agile process, like in Bhubaneswar, like some of companies are still using waterfall also. Like budget issues are there also. Like in agile process, they need testers, but in waterfall model, they don't need. Like without tester, waterfall model will also happen. But in DevOps, like they need a two or more peoples to do the DevOps work. And in DevOps, like in agile methodology, the developer team and the testing team, they will work parallelly. Like the developer will start coding a small part, then the tester team will test it, and they will both work in parallelly. But in DevOps, what was the problem in agile? The may the like though the developer team and tester team are in parallel position, like but the operation team is still in waterfall model. So that's why DevOps came into like the world where the like the developer, the tester, and the operation team, like these three people will work parallelly, and the like the project deadline will complete in time.
Correct. So here what will happen? We have to once, so development phase also we are going to test with the product. Testing phase also we are going to test the product, and then production also we are going to go live. Correct. So where people will see the ICICI Bank website. Correct. So for that we need the infrastructure, environment, operation actually. Correct. So operation means what? Your infrastructure plus your environment setup. Let's say you are going to develop a project in Java. Okay, so we need some system to test it. Correct. That system previously what they are doing, they are actually using the physical machine or virtual machine. Okay, in physical machine, only one tester can test only one application. Why they are going to test it? This all we'll see in Docker and all. Okay, so after that physical machine issue, so suppose I'll tell actually I am a manager, I'll tell actually we need to test in 100 machine. So we need to buy 100 machine, and there we actually we have to what we can install the or operating system, then we can install the Java, then top of that we can deploy our application, Flipkart application, to test it. Correct. So for setting up this one, you need the manpower, you need the money, and sometime what will happen if your PC crashed, if your hard disk crashed, if your RAM corrupted, again you have to put some money to correct it, and it is the waste of time. And again, same process actually, whatever a waterfall model is saying, the same way it will take time to release your project. Because of this issue, okay, so we are going for actually DevOps to learn actually operation or infrastructure. Okay, so when agile process came, that time cloud is not there. So in cloud, if you are going to create the infrastructure, suppose you are going to create a physical machine, it will take actually physical server, and in top of that OS, it will take some 1 hour to create everything, correct? But in case of your cloud, it will take 5 seconds or 10 seconds to create a infrastructure. Okay, so that much fast. And some tools actually came to picture, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, and all, to deploy your application to in a server very fastly. Because of that, actually operation part strongly, okay, assign in DevOps, where actually in agile process it is not there. Because of that, actually nowadays everybody is moving to your DevOps process, where operation part also they did automate. Okay, so that means when somebody asks you what is DevOps, you can say actually it is agile plus operation, or you can say dev plus tester plus testing plus operation. Okay, so that means dev plus testing means what? Agile, right? And plus operation. Okay, so clear what is DevOps, everybody? Any doubt means you can ask me. Yes. So when somebody asks you what is DevOps, you can start your definition. You should not tell actually it is dev plus operation in one word, because so maybe you have 4 year experience, maybe your 10 year experience. You have to elaborate your definition. So that time you have to say, in when software industry started, that time actually SDL through SDLC process, we are actually developing our application. Okay, nowadays also SDLC process going on, but the way of presentation it is changed. Before old days we are using waterfall model. In waterfall model, where actually development and testing peoples are not working parallelly, because of that actually our project is going to delay. Okay, so because of that, agile process came, where development phase correctly implemented but operation part missing. So in DevOps we corrected that. So all the automation for whole HDFC we are doing actually using DevOps process, where dev plus testing and operation teams work parallelly to success your project. So this definition you have to tell to 3 to 4 lines. Disadvantages of waterfall model, disadvantages of agile process, advantages of DevOps process. These 3 things you have to explain. Okay. So
Good evening, sir.
yeah.
So actually, I am from telecom background.
Yeah. Tell me.
So that is why software field is totally new for me. But
Okay.
still, I am getting the points that you have said. But just a query that
Yeah.
you have said that operation means it is not written in there that the requirement, design, development, testing, and release. So
Correct.
where the operation stands means
Okay.
between testing and release, or the
Okay.
final
I'll tell
stage
you.
is
I'll tell you.
operation.
I'll tell you.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
So see, operation actually start from your development process. See, in
Okay.
your real-time environment, we have
Mm-hmm.
4 environment. Okay. Once development, actually people see when they're doing the development, they can do also R&D. Directly, nobody can actually write the code. Correct. So they'll
Right.
also get some error. So for them, actually they need some infrastructure to test their product, whether correctly they are doing development or not in their side. For them,
Okay.
we have a dev environment. Okay. So for setuping that, maybe 5 server you require. Let's say 5 server you require. So server you got to know, correct? What is server? Server means
Mm-hmm.
your machine. Okay. Let's say
Right, right.
5 server you want to test actually.
Mm-hmm.
Developer will test their product in their own way in these 5 server. Okay. Let's say server one. Okay. PC one. Okay. PC two. Okay. So in this server, we have to set up. Developer people will not set up. It is our job as a DevOps engineer job to set up this environment.
Yes.
Okay. And we need to give them the infrastructure. Infrastructure means this server, what we have to do, we have to set up the server, correct? So let's say in this server, for running your Flipkart application, if it is a Java based application, we need to create this OS. Inside that we have to install Java, because without Java your Java application will not run, correct? See, suppose you are going to open a Word document in your system, correct? If Microsoft Word is not installed in your system, can you open your actually Word?
No.
Is it possible? No. So same way, when we are going to develop Java application, you need Java to be installed in your system. That is your environment.
Means it's a part of testing. Means we have to create a server, physical server.
No. Testing is also different. I am telling.
Achha.
Let's say development people also need to test internally whether correctly they developed or not. They directly should not send to tester to test everything. Correct? So once they in their environment they test it and it is correctly working, then they'll move to QA.
Testing.
Okay. This part developer will test, and this infrastructure, as a DevOps engineer, we need to create this infrastructure for them. Okay.
Right. Okay. Got the point.
So this is development people will test. Same way, another 3 environment we have to create in your project. One is QA, third one is stress, fourth one is production. So QA people will only test. We should not test actually. Okay. Then stress and production. As a DevOps engineer in production, we have to deploy actually everything. Okay. And stress means it's a replica of your production. Okay. Replica means what? Exactly same to your production. Whatever you are doing in stress, same thing, just you have to copy paste in your production. Okay. So this 4 environment setup as a DevOps engineer, we are going to do everything. Okay, that is called operation part. Clear, Sandeep?
Yeah.
So everybody clear about this SDLC, waterfall model, agile process, and DevOps process, correct? So SDLC, this all the things will be there. Okay, waterfall model, requirement, system, implementation, testing. See, release means your deployment. Release means what? Let's say you are going to release your Flipkart application. That means everybody in world need to see this Flipkart application. So you are going to deploy in a server. Deploy means you are going to put that code in a server, and through browser you have to access that particular product. Okay, so that is called your deployment. Okay, once deployment is done, if customer will give some feedback, so that consider as your maintenance part. Okay, so agile process also, I told you, like these all things continuously will go. Every 2 months, every 21 days, continuous process will go. Okay, and DevOps process means continuously this planning, deployment, operation came to picture. Okay, so then we'll see this one. Whatever I explained in this diagram, I updated it. Okay. So we have in old age also we have a development process. We have a application infrastructure. We have a deployment and packaging, and we have a application infrastructure. Without these 4, our SDLC will not success. Okay. So in old age, when waterfall model is there, 20 years back, that time actually monolithic application were supported. What is monolithic application? Anybody? You know waterfall model, but application architecture also that time we are using monolithic. So monolithic means actually a single tier. Single tier means your database, your application it will bundle in the same system. Okay, so it is not actually other system or other, actually it is not two part. One part it will bundle a single unit. That is called monolithic and heavy application. So it's called desktop application, let's say. Okay. And when you are going for deployment process, that time only physical server are available. That time there is no virtualization, no containerization. So physical server we can test only one product. Correct? I told you. And that time actually in our application infrastructure we are using data center. Okay. So what is data center? Anybody? What is data center?
So data center, like all the physical centers, like they are like aligned in the data center. I don't know about that, but I feel like that.
Yeah. See, old days, what they are doing in their company itself, they'll take a house, actually small room, where actually they'll put a big server. Big server means what actually? So big amount of a hard disk, big amount of a RAM. Okay. So where the data they'll store. So across your company, people take data from there. Okay. So what will happen for making that data center ready? We need to take a space, and inside that 24/7 we need to a power backup. Okay, we need a cooling system because it's a big server. So we need a cooling system. Okay, we need actually sometime more hard disks. Okay, and power backup 24/7. Okay, all this actually making your data center ready. In old days we don't have actually hosted and cloud. That's why we are making in our on-premise a data center, and we are giving a LAN connection to all people to access that data center. Okay? So that is your data center. So because in 20 years back we are not actually very much using cloud and hosted, because that time not it is not there. It is only people are following the waterfall model, and we have only a heavy application called monolithic application, type of monolithic application, and we have a physical machine, and we have a data center. So then actually some changes happen in your software industry. After waterfall model, agile process came to picture. You know that I told you, correct? So that time actually your application architecture also changed to entire application. What is the entire application? Can you give me an example of entire application? Entire application means your, see, suppose you are accessing ICICI Bank or Flipkart application. So you can able to access through your mobile, your laptop, your desktop. So that is the client, and through browser also you can access. But your application is there somewhere else, correct? And your backend is there somewhere else. So client is accessing from different device, and through browser you can access. And where, so your application server is there somewhere else, and database is there somewhere else. So that's why we are saying actually entire application. Okay. So that time in your deployment process changed to from physical server to virtual server. That time in software industry there is a company called VMware. So they first did the virtualization. So what is virtualization? In your physical machine only, they can install some software, and top of that they can create multiple OS, so that one tester can test parallelly so many applications. Okay. So that type of things came to market actually when your agile process came to picture. Then come to actually your application infrastructure. So infrastructure hosted means what actually? So that time we are going to hosted our application like GoDaddy, or let's say your Net for India, Big Rock, some actually hosted portal came. Okay. So where we can hosted our application, we can give some money to them. They can give a domain and they can give some space. We have to hosted our application. Okay. So after that, actually our main focus is DevOps. So because
Sir,
of that,
hello.
yeah, tell me.
So like you said, like before there was like GoDaddy or like something like that. So the data center will provided by GoDaddy.
Correct. See, they are going to take care. So it
Okay,
is
sir.
there in internet. It is there in internet. Data center before that it is not there in internet. correct? It is there in
Yes, sir.
on-premise. On-premise means your company, they'll create a small space and they'll make actually everything ready so that through LAN connection, it is possible to connect actually all the machine and they can put their data and everything and they can take whatever they need. But when e-commerce side or website came to picture, entire application means what actually? It is e-commerce or your actually enterprise application, correct? So that time actually it is hosted. It need to be hosted in your some actually GoDaddy or internet what is called actually Big Rock and some domain provider is there, correct? So there we are hosting so that across the world people can see. Okay, clear now?
Now it means like the GoDaddy or like Big Rock, they are using WAN, like a wide area network.
Correct, correct. So what they are using to host your application. They are actually doing some much. They are also taking the cloud help, but that time that much actually cloud is not there. Only hosted application will be there. Okay, we are not creating the infrastructure using cloud. Cloud is not there. Only we are hosting our application. So for that only they are creating your domain and giving some space to host your project, to copy your project code so that it will deploy in that their server. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So then actually in development process, agile process to DevOps process, it is changed, correct? Why it is changed? I told you, correct? The operation part is missing, correct? So that time application architecture also changed from entire to microservices. Okay. So what is microservices? Anybody know what is microservices? See, microservices is like they have some module na, like ICICI Bank or Flipkart. Let's say PPF module will be there or your actually loan module will be there. So they are making PPF and loan module separately. So both are not depends on each other. Okay. So small part they are making actually big application. So that if one part is down, another part will not impact. See, if you are going to monolithic application or entire application, so today, let's say your actually PPF page is not working. Because of that, actually loan page it will not impact, correct? So that is happening in your entire application. So then when microservices came, so they are implementing such a way that developer implementing such a way that so if your PPF page is not working, because of that actually your loan form should not impact. Okay, so suppose thousands of people are accessing loan, they will not suffer because of PPP is not working. Okay, so that is your microservices. Okay, that type of application we are hosting in container. Okay, so container actually it's a very lightweight actually kind of OS. Okay, so where we can put actually our microservices type of application. Okay, we'll go to a container when we are going for Docker. So same way, your application infrastructure also changed from hosted to cloud. In cloud we are hosting, and in cloud we are creating the infrastructure. Okay, these four things we are going to learn actually throughout our classes, okay? Or your our course. So clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this is some actually picture of your two tower application where client and database both are in different system two tier. Okay, entire means this all layer will be there. Okay, presentation layer means UI, correct? Client layer means where from where we are accessing, from browser, from travel uh, uh, like PC or laptop or phone. Okay, then your business layer, integration layer and database layer. Okay, so this is your entire application. And monolithic, see everything in a single layer, user interface, business layer, data interface. But if you are going to microservices, these all are microservices, correct? Maybe UI is in a microservices and this all divided in different parts. Okay, if this one is down, it should not impact for this too, correct? So that way developer will developing nowadays, okay, using microservices pattern. Okay. Up to this, any doubt? Whatever we discuss, SDLC, waterfall model, agile process, DevOps process, and all these processes. Any doubt? Clear, everybody? At least say yes or no.
Yes,
So
yes.
that. Okay. So in our course, actually, first we need to start from Unix shell scripting. Okay. Okay. So this is actually 15 days. It will take 15 to 20 days. It can take 20 days. Then we have a DevOps. Okay. In DevOps, we need to complete actually GitHub. Okay. And GitHub action also this time actually I added. Okay. GitHub action. Then you're actually Maven, Nexus, Tomcat. Okay, I'll tell you all the tools tomorrow. HTTPD. Then actually your Jenkins, then Docker, Kubernetes, then your Ansible, then Terraform. Okay, this is actually your DevOps tools. After that, AWS all services around actually 20 services we are going to complete. Okay, this will take actually this will take actually 2 month time. Okay, this will take 15 days and this will take 1.5 months. Total 4 months. Okay, 45 days it will take. This will take actually 15 days or 20 days max, and this will take actually 2 months. So after that 1 month we are going to do mock-up interviews, okay, resume preparation and interview discussion. Complete 1 month. So total actually 5 month course. Okay. Okay. Apart from that, every weekend actually whatever, suppose we are going to complete this week Maven. So in weekend we have an exam and we have to revision it. So in course curriculum, any doubt?
What about hands-on?
Yeah, we have to do everything hands-on only. 2 months actually. See, if you are going to complete this one, it will take actually 10 days. But we are going to do everything actually practical oriented. With one project will take and we'll do everything. So that's why it will take more time. Maybe 2.5 months. Okay. I'm giving approach actually 5 months.
Okay.
Okay. All things practically only we have to do, no theory. So theory only is, let's say today I'll start Git. I'll explain the architecture of Git. Then we'll start actually all the practical. And I'll give the assignment that weekend actually we are going to do one exam. There we are going to give the assignment you have to do.
Okay.
Okay, and this 4-5 tool is very important for you people. If you are going to learn this only, okay, you will get very good. This with your cloud only. This with cloud. Okay, let's say AWS cloud. So here this combination is very good. Okay, you can get actually job here only. Sometime actually they will require these two only. Okay, Docker and Kubernetes. This only we are taking actually 20 classes, 25 classes, these two. Okay. So what we are going to do, we can start tomorrow. I'll explain you all the tool, how we are going to integrate end-to-end flow. Okay, may it will take 2 hours. Okay, so we'll complete that integration in UI. Like I'll take a example. Okay, we'll give example of why we are going to use this one, why all these things. Then diagrammatically I'll explain how we are going to integrate all these two. Okay. So same tomorrow 7:30 to 9:30. Okay. Then next another class we will go for AWS, whatever things we are going to complete, and with small example. Then actual class will start. Okay. Another 2 class we will do the demo. Then actual class will start.
So, what is the CI/CD pipelining? Is it going to cover in this?
Yeah. Once you learn everything, this,
Jenkins is the CI/CD pipeline.
once
Okay.
you are going to learn everything, so you are going to learn actually CI/CD. CI means continuous integration. CD means continuous deployment. Correct? So
Acha, acha,
deployment
acha.
will happen actually using these 4 tools, and CI will happen using this 5 tool, 6 tool. Okay. So this, if you are going for CI engineer, you can learn this. If you are going to operation or CD engineer, you can learn this. And in AWS also you have a CI/CD pipeline, that also we are going to cover. Okay. If you are going to learn this one, these all tools, you are actually fit for Azure, fit for GCP, fit for AWS. Okay. Because AWS has separate CI/CD also. Okay. So Azure has also separate CI/CD, and your GCP has separate CI/CD. Okay. This is AWS is Amazon, Azure is
Amazon,
Microsoft,
Microsoft, Google.
Google. Correct. So they have their specific CI/CD, but this tool is common for all. Okay.
Acha.
So if you are taking this tool along with AWS and you are going for interviews, they will place also in Azure. They will give the training because you already know everything here. And you know the AWS means actually Azure is very easy, GCP is very easy. I'll give a comparison in this which service is going equal to here and here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So what we will do actually tomorrow, we'll start this one. We will complete this all tool integration. Okay. So that you will get clear idea what are the use of this tool, how CI/CD is going to happen. Okay. And this today recording also, if people require now, you can send the mail ID to us so that we can create a actually Google Drive link, and I'll place this recording and this document. Whatever is what is SDLC, whatever we discussed today. What is waterfall model, requirement implementation. Okay. So what is these things actually? The in DevOps, everything I'll put it. And you can see here. Okay, so deployment tool, what actually, okay, build tool, what is build tool. Okay, all these things I updated here. So tomorrow we'll start same time, 7:30 or 8. So tomorrow let's start in 7:30. It will take some 2 hours to complete that. Okay. Okay. So for today up to this, so tomorrow let's connect at 7:30. Okay, bye all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.